Hey everybody, Dr. Buell here, and welcome to another, Revive Testimonial Tuesday. I was chatting with Erica. You can say hi, Erica.
Hey.
We were talking about something else that I do, the Around Cranberry Township interviews. But this is a time that I like to talk with patients. And Erica, you've been a patient for how long?
A couple months.
Yeah, a couple months now.
It was early December.
Yeah. And Erica came in. I've known Erica. She's our family photographer. She does excellent work. Shout out to Dietz Photography there. But Erica came to us like a lot of people come to chiropractors with some back pain, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And maybe you could just share a little bit about what was going on. You know what I mean? What was the type of pain you were having? How did it start? And how was it affecting your life? What was going on?
Yeah. So I came in with lower back pain. I had slipped in the snow and caught myself, and in doing so,
that's right,
triggered an old injury that I had been avoiding taking care of for the past couple years. And then turns out my spine's all twisted up like a rag, and so. Yeah,
it's a good way to put it. It's like a rag. Either a rag, a telephone cable, an extension cord. It just gets tight, you know. The way I've been explaining it lately to people is just that, I'm guessing you said it was an old. You said it was an old injury, so I'm guessing you're like most people where it's these accidents and injuries throughout our life that just loosen the connective tissue that holds you together. And over time, you bind up, leaves you in a weakened state, just wears and tears, you know, and usually people you can get away with it for a while, but when that fateful day, people, they bend over and tie their shoe, or they're shoveling snow.
Or they sneeze.
Yeah. So what type of pain were you experiencing when that happened? Where was the pain located again? It was in your low back, right?
Yeah, it was my lower left side.
Yeah.
It was just constant to the point where, when it first happened, I couldn't even stand up straight.
Yeah.
And I was just walking around like a little lady.
Little old lady, yeah.
I'm like, I'm not old enough to be doing this. And so
Yeah.
I texted you, and maybe I'm just, because,
That's right, we're connected. Yep.
I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Please help me. And you made an appointment to come in.
Yeah.
And the next day, I was really grateful for that.
Oh, sure, yeah. So now, some people are a little nervous going to chiropractors in general, or they've heard about Revive Upper Cervical, and they think, well, that's the neck, and my problem's in the back, and so I'm curious, how would you explain those first few days? Like, what was it that we had done? How was it for you? And then how did you end up doing? How did you end up feeling over the next few weeks after that? So what was that process like for folks?
After the first adjustment started?
Even just the first visit. Because like I said, some people watching may be a little nervous to even make a phone call. You know what I mean? So like, how was that experience when you came in? Based on your recollection, what did we do in general? How was that process for you?
Well, I had been seeing a local chiropractor in my previous town for a couple weeks, and there really wasn't any progress being made.
Mm-hmm.
So when the injury happened to me in December, I immediately went to you, because we've been doing those meetings.
Yeah.
In Cranberry.
That's right. Yep.
And you're so knowledgeable, and a lot of it went over my head. But I was like, well, he's really smart, so I'm going to trust him.
That's right.
As soon as I came in, I was really impressed with the office and the atmosphere, and I was like, this may not be neck injury, but he's going to know what to do. So.
Sure. We always like to tell people that too. If we can't help them, we'll certainly find someone who can. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so we went through a consultation. Went through an examination.
Yes.
We did some pretty in-depth imaging that we do here.
Yeah, it was extensive. But what I liked about it was where I may not have been able to articulate my pain.
Mm-hmm.
The imaging did it for me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You can kind of see how it's all related. The first adjustment, the first time you got adjusted, how would you describe it? Some people, like I said, there's some anxiety around, like, did you manipulate the back? Did it hurt? Is it dramatic that way? How was the adjustments for you? How have they been, I should say, in general?
I kind of expected it. My dad, growing up, he's a welder, so he's always, he's got just like a dad back, like
Sure.
it's always broken. And
Yeah.
so I was already really familiar with chiropractors, and I had figured since my dad had been doing it, there's been progress made, and there surely wouldn't be a need for cracking and breaking and scary stuff. So I figured, and I was right, figured it'd be really quick, easy, simple.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, in the upper cervical techniques, we have you lying on your side, and it's a single impulse right behind the ear that tends to reset the spine, starting with the head to level it on off. So even though the pain for Erica was in your lower back, a lot of what we've been working on is realigning the head over the shoulders, and then the shoulders realign over the hips and the back. And how has your back been doing?
It's been really great. Yeah.
It's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, go figure.
It's kind of neat when one of my mentors said, it's kind of cool what your body does when it's working for you instead of against you. You know what I mean? When it's in line. So I will give you the last word. And by the way, I really appreciate your time hanging out with us, Erica, and sharing with everybody. But is there anything that we haven't gone over that you wanted to cover, or any last words that you would encourage folks? You know, there's a lot of people out there. Erica, sits at a computer a lot of the times after she takes her photo shoots, right? To analyze your images and to make corrections and do little things like that. But you're sitting a lot, Yeah. And I'm just guessing you're not the only one out there, right? Yeah. There's probably a lot of people that have these problems. We get by, that sort of thing. So you've kind of been through it all. You tried to just kind of sweep it under the rug a while. You had some standard adjustments. You've been through upper cervical care. What would you share with someone that's maybe sitting at home watching this that's been having similar issues?
Go get it looked at right now.
Yeah.
Just, make an appointment. Get it fixed before it gets worse.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of nutso when you look at it, health, and on the back end of problems, it's a lot of times a bit more complicated fixing it and recovering from it than if it's on the front end. If you can catch it earlier on, it's so important. But I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you sharing. I hope you guys got some value out of this. If you have any questions for Erica, please do put it in the comment section below. If you want to know more about kind of the pain she was having, or how she was dealing with, or how she's been doing, don't hesitate to ask. Of course, if you need some photography work, you can message Erica as well. But other than that, we really thank you for your time and hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time. All right. Bye, guys. Bye now.